Hey guys, I know this is a random different type of video, but I am really tired today and I really don't feel like cooking too much. So what I'm going to do is make a quick chicken and dumpling, super quick and easy. So what I have is just my Walmart Great Value brand biscuits. These are the buttermilk biscuits. You can get any kind of biscuit that you want to get. I wouldn't recommend getting the flaky biscuits because I think they tear up when you cook them. So anyways, I'm just going to take all of this out. So I'm just going to put these biscuits down here. Mind you, normally I don't make my dumplings like this. I do use the biscuits, but I normally will roll them out really thin and then cut them into strips. But today, again, I just don't feel like doing that because I'm tired. But here I have some. This is the Great Value unbleached flour. I do my best not to use bleach products at all or consume bleach products. That's just a personal preference, but flour of any kind that you have should work just fine. But this is what I have. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on my cooking sheet. And I'm going to just toss my biscuits around in here to get them nice and coated. I will press them down a little bit, but that's about the gist of it. I'm gonna set aside the ones that I've gotten the way I want them to be. Again, I'm just coating these nicely and putting them to the side, putting that to the side. And again, like I said, this isn't your gourmet, all that. I mean, it's going to taste good. It's definitely going to taste good because if it didn't, trust me, my husband would not eat it. But it's just the easy way to do it when you don't feel like going the extra mile and spending that additional 30 minutes in the kitchen making everything from scratch. Because today, it's not my day to do that. So, yeah. Again, just tossing that around, moving it to the side. And the good thing about doing it like this, I'm already figuring and knowing that this is going to end up making some pretty big dumplings, which is perfectly okay, especially if you like bread. Okay, and now I'm tossing that over. And then this is my last one. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut with my knife. I'm going to cut it into fours, and I just cut that into 4 strips here. So that's what you see, and I'm going to toss those to the side. My chicken isn't quite ready. I'm just getting these prepared and out of the way first. I have my chicken boiling, and I'm using chicken legs today. And I'll tell y'all, if you make dumplings, if this is like your first time or you're just looking for an easier way, a different way to make them, when you are making your dumplings, using thighs or legs helps out. Breast tends to dry a little bit quicker than other parts of the chicken, but the bone and the legs and the thighs, that dark meat stays a bit more moist. So it's easy to do your dumplings with that because your chicken stays pretty good and moist. And as I cut these, y'all, I'm just tossing them around a little bit more in the flour to kind of get it in the middle where I'm cutting. And again, I'm just cutting into 4s here. Okay, cutting into 4s. And cutting that into 4s, and cutting this one into 4s. You're probably going to get flour everywhere, but that's okay. A quick wipe with a dry dish towel first, and then go back over it with your cleaner and your dish towel, and it'll come right up with no problem. Okay, so we see here we have a stack of dumplings going. And I have my chicken over here on my stove boiling, which I'll show you in just a second. And then we are going to get ready to toss them in. All right, guys. Okay guys, the chicken is about where I want it to be as far as its done status. Not just well done, but done enough so that it can still cook for about another half hour, which is what it's gonna do. So we have our dumplings right here, and I'm just going to start tossing them in. Tossing in the dumplings. And by the way, if you just want to know, the chicken that I'm cooking, again, I'm using chicken legs this time because they stay a little bit more moist than chicken breasts do. Not that you can't use any type of chicken that you have laying around the house, because you can. So I am dumping all of the dumplings in here. And you see there's just, not this crazy art form that goes with it. You just toss them in. And they are going to fluff up, so do not let that bother you if this is your first time making them. But if you are a dumpling vet, then you already know. But yeah, they swell up and they do go back down, you guys. The longer they cook, they are going to shrink and get a little bit firm. But we're just dumping these puppies in here. And just as a tip, if you guys are ever making dumplings and you might have put a little bit too much water in, what you can do is use some of your flour, like the flour that we have here. You can always put some of that in there to kind of help thicken up your juice if you need it more thick, because everybody doesn't like theirs like a soup. Some people like it as more of a cream. So again, if you find that you did put too much water in there, you can just add some flour to help thicken that up. So yeah, I'm going to leave this here for about 30 minutes. I'm going to cut my stove on low because I have to walk away for a little bit. I'm just going to let this cook on a nice low temperature for about another half an hour. And here I just have some black pepper. Dumplings is a very simple dish. You don't have to do too much to it. It's one of those dishes that take few ingredients but tastes great as long as you cook it right. So, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of salt in there. Don't have to go too overboard because I actually pre-season my chicken when I package it. I buy large packs and I split them up, but I season them before I put them into storage. So yeah, I don't need too much seasoning for these, but salt and pepper, guys, basically all you need for a good chicken and dumpling. I'm just tossing this around just a little bit more here. And like I said, I'm going to put my oven on probably about 3. That'll keep my stuff at a nice simmer. And I'm going to get my lid here. I'm just going to put my lid over it. And I'm going to let it cook. And I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's done. Okay guys, excuse the steam, but this is our final product. As you can see, the dumplings did shrink down. Our chicken is done. It is nice and moist. And I'm just going to plate this up, and voila, there you have it. And by the way, I did add some more flour just to thicken it up because my husband likes his a little bit thick. So I took some broth out of the pot and put it in a separate bowl, and I put the flour in it and I whisked it up, and then I just poured it back in this pot and mixed it around to make it a little bit thicker. But there we go, guys. Super simple, super easy, quick dumplings. There you go.